Hey everybody, it's been a while. but
Gosh, that
in the spirit
that still
of
scares me at
Halloween,
the start.
assuming this gets uploaded in October instead of us pulling a Simpsons, we decided to do Luigi's Mansion. However, neither me or Esau recorded this. Instead, a friend who really wanted to get into Let's Plays decided to do it. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Gage. I go by Commander Proton on Twitter and some other shit. And yeah, this is the first thing I recorded for good old Blue CC.
And why did you decide to record Luigi's Mansion?
Because I could. And I love this game.
Because it's October. Oh no, wait, no, you.
Yeah.
It says you had this done by April.
But
Well, no, we're recording this in October.
I recorded because I wanted to do this stuff and no one else on the channel wanted to do it.
Because I've never played it,
And meanwhile, I've beaten...
even though I own it.
Meanwhile, this is a childhood game of mine that I've beaten like 30 plus times.
Oh boy, I don't want to.
Look, Esau, I got it at Team NG before the end of the world happens, okay?
Oh boy, that's lucky. I just remember grabbing most of my GameCube collection in 2009 or 10. I was really fortunate to have that happen before
This is a
everything
childhood
ballooned in
game
price.
of mine that I got the Christmas after I got the GameCube for one of my birthdays. Like, I think it was around anywhere from around my 7th to 9th birthday. I don't remember which of those three I got it on.
Are you recording this on your GameCube or did you use an emulator?
I used my Wii.
You would have to be GameCube.
Wii with my component
Yep.
cables running through the RetroTink, which ran through the capture card.
I was gonna say you don't seem like the dolphin.
He's played
type.
games, GameCube games on his Dolphin. I've seen him.
Yeah, I just prefer...
Well, yeah,
I
I'm just saying more
prefer
he seems
physical
to
and
prefer physical.
generally playing the way that that's most comfortable for me.
What's comfortable for me is sitting in the same chair.
But yeah, I used to have a memory. I used to have a save file on this memory card where the little green square that tells you how many times you've beaten the game was at like 19. Like, it's pretty
How
easy.
often do you go back and play this game?
It's one of those games I usually beat a few times a year just because I really love it and it's pretty short to get through.
That's good.
So yeah, this game will soon be 21 years old.
Yeah. So speaking of Nintendo anniversaries,
Yeah,
it's
no.
Pokemon XY's 9th anniversary.
Yeah,
And we get to meet an iconic Mario character in this game, Professor Egad.
Mr. Babyface.
The E sounds for Elvin. So he's supposed. Is he supposed to be a parody of Egon from Ghostbusters?
Maybe.
That's the only sense I can make of his name being that way.
Well, so some interesting facts about this game's development is one, I believe in the pre-production it actually started on the N64, but there's no builds obviously for that. It was just pre-production stuff. Apparently, setting changed a few times. Like in their very earliest things, it was going to be like a Japanese-style ninja house Luigi went through. And then it became like some sort of dollhouse like thing, and then they settled on American haunted house.
A dollhouse. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Probably more so
They
than
went with
Mansion.
Luigi apparently because they wanted someone cowardly, but Mario's known for being brave.
Should have been Toad. Would have been funny.
Some other things I looked up was that they pretty much only wanted to use they didn't really want to use many Mario characters outside of Luigi and Mario, just so this wouldn't be another chapter in the Mario series. They wanted to make this game unique and stand out.
And they were really proud of this game because they referenced this a lot over the years. And I was like, okay, you guys keep referencing this game. You want to make a follow-up? I was like, oh, they did.
So we're hating on the screen because there's a little Easter egg
I forgot
here.
about that long period of time. Oh, yeah.
Tataka-san.
Yeah.
You
An
get
Easter egg that he puts in a lot of his games. I believe he did it if you get a game over in Super Mario Land 2.
yeah. You get in this game you get it by waiting on that screen for 3.5 minutes. I cut most of the waiting out, obviously.
Oh boy. That's a long while.
So yeah.
Hearing this music and like, I think I watched Yoshi's Story for the first time, and it astounded to me how much of the music of that game just sounds like Luigi's Mansion.
It's the same composer, right?
It would have to be, yeah.
We leaned over it a little bit. The plot so far is that Luigi won a mansion in a contest he didn't even enter, and he agreed with Mario to meet him there, but Luigi got lost in the forest, and Mario ended up arriving first, apparently, according to Egad, and now he's missing.
Luigi gets lost, has a map that's literally a straight line.
I just always assumed that Mario just went on ahead because he just seemed like the kind to just go
Apparently,
for it.
according to the manual, Luigi got lost in the woods. I think we learned in Partisan Time that it's apparently just called Boo Woods. Yes.
Wow, you want a mansion in Boo Woods? I didn't enter. Huh. No. Even Luigi would be the type of guy to fall for it.
Maybe.
I would have to say he wouldn't, but because Mario went, he has no choice.
Apparently he's been living in the woods researching the ghost for like 20 years. I remember reading a thing that said that in the Japanese version it stated that the mansion was always here, while in the English version it said the mansion only appeared a few days ago, but I don't know that I can't read Japanese, so I can't verify that. And we got all 10 ghosts in the training room.
I didn't even know they were responsible to get less.
So explain a little. To capture the ghosts, you got to shine the flashlight on them, and then you got to pull both the control stick and the C stick away from the ghost. Don't forget the C stick. I didn't know that for years growing up. You were supposed to use the C stick. That actually makes things a lot easier when you remember to do that.
The first twin-stick shooter game, Mario said.
You guys remember the commercial for this game?
Oh yeah, it was really freaking weird.
Yeah, it's like, what? I don't get it. I like this Toad.
But you can definitely tell with Toad in particular that they were still transitioning from the N64 to GameCube designs for the Mario characters. Because Toad definitely looks very much like his N64 era design here.
I was gonna say Mario Party. At least the renders of
I
it.
still do have a soft spot for the way Luigi looks in this game.
Okay.
You see,
There's a star.
I'll explain
in the
that in a
corner
second,
here.
but
I wonder what
first
that's
that Toad is saying here that word got back to Peach and Toad that Mario went missing, and apparently Peach sent Toad here to find him.
News travels fast.
And Toad wants us to help find Mario, or else Peach will flip. But to explain the star, I used the new file just to show off the intro. For the actual game, we're going to be playing on the Hidden Mansion mode, and that's what the star in the bottom right signifies.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this in action before.
For the NTSC version, the only changes in the Hidden Mansion are all the obstacles in the mansion will do double damage to me, but the poltergust is 1.5 times stronger, which will make Ghost, and especially something we'll see later on, much easier to catch.
Look out, we got a badass over here flexing playing the New Game Plus mode.
I mean, I don't mind stuff like that when the when the level design is different, it's case by case whether I want to play it.
It's now my preferred way to play through the main game, the Hidden Mansion. It's just very fun to have the polar gust that wrecks a lot of stuff.
I do have to admit, I do want to play the actual different mansion in
I've
this.
played the PAL and 3DS Hidden Mansions, and they're not very fun.
I was about to mention the 3DS version. How about that? Yeah.
I've 100% the 3DS version. Don't like it because the controls are kind of butt.
Have you tried both control schemes?
Yes, and I don't really care much for either.
I think that was one of the few times where a game got announced and I booed.
And
Because, like, wow, a Luigi's Mansion remake, not on the Switch, really?
but I don't really particularly care for the Hidden Mansions because in those versions, just because the idea of making it more difficult is just throwing the more difficult ghosts earlier in the game and throwing more at you.
Oh.
Or in the case of the 3DS version,
So
removing
that-
all the hearts in favor of poison mushrooms, so there's no way to heal other than going back to Egad's lab.
That's...
Or if you're like me and use the Mario amiibo to turn all the poison mushrooms into healing mushrooms.
Oh, that
Oh,
Mario.
boy.
Always looking out for his...
I was about to say, I was about to say that sounded like Heroes Hard mode, but no, that just changed. I don't want to.
Wow, 11 minutes in and he mentioned Sonic Heroes. Good on you, son.
Dude, it's a GameCube game.
Anyway,
What do you
to
expect?
pivot a little, we earlier collect up some money, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows how big important money is in the Luigi Mansion games, especially this one, because it's pretty much no spoiler because everyone knows that it affects a little bit of the ending at the end. In particular, the coin, everything is worth as G, which I just like referring to the money as G because it sounds funny.
So the only one I've played is the third game. Does money... Do you have to buy... Can you buy power-ups or upgrades for your vacuum in this?
In the first one?
Yeah.
No, it's just for determining the ending.
Okay.
The coins are worth 5,000 G apiece, the bills are worth 20,000 G apiece, and the gold bars are worth 100,000 G apiece. There is a max amount for all the money in the game, and the max amount of money you can get in the normal mansion is 142,390,000.
Under 42 million at that point. Just leave him buy out
You
Mario.
need to get at least 100 million to get the best ending, which we are going to be going for.
Yeah, because you know where everything is. And you're pretty good at avoiding damage. You're not losing coins. There you go.
There's the Speedy Spirit. There are 15 of those in the game, and we're going to be getting all of them. And once you catch them, you get money, as you can see there.
Does your money disappear if you don't get it inside?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it
on a
does.
timer. It'll eventually despawn. You clear out all the ghosts in that room before getting Speedy Spirit, so you don't have them interrupt you. Because you only get one shot to catch a Speedy Spirit, and then it's gone forever unless you reload.
Well, technically not forever. There's a way, but that's way later.
Also, the thing to note about collecting money is when you open furniture, it's random whether or not the money will spawn. If you go 2 rooms away, the furniture will reset so you can search them again. That's a very good thing to keep in note when you want to try to get as much money as possible.
So it's just your save point.
Yeah, he's how you save
Yeah.
the game.
Okay.
I am very sad that I think if you restart or at least like go back into the save file, your health doesn't regen, huh?
No, it does not.
Yeah, that's what took me a while about this game. Like, you can be starving for health after the halfway point of the game.
How would you say the game's difficulty is?
They might be tough if you're like a newcomer, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty, I'd say, easy to normal.
Yeah.
I'd say more there are points where the aiming can get a little finicky, which is not the best for boss fights.
Yeah.
Particularly 2 I'm thinking of. Because I believe there's no first-person aiming in this.
No.
So you're just kind of looking at the vacuum for where you're aiming.
And EGAD there is warning up. We're actually coming across the first portrait ghost, which is considered like the bosses of the in a way. Well, the mid bosses, I guess would be. Whoa.
The mouse is nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Not that one anyway.
Suck that book in, so it doesn't get in the way. Because once you suck it in, it's gone.
Another one.
Money.
Sweet jewels.
Yeah.
I can never like remember where everything is, so I don't think I'll ever get the best
And
rank for this.
these gems are called stones. In particular, that's the ruby. That's worth 1 million gold apiece.
The redstone.
And then here's the other thing, like this.
There's the mouse you're thinking of.
Yeah, the gold mice. There's also 15 of them in the game. Some of them you get from the cheese, and we'll see the other method for getting them later. The emerald here is worth 800,000 G apiece. And there's 10 of each of the 3 different stones. There's also a sapphire one as well.
I have no idea what's the value of stones, like in real life.
Yeah.
What's considered more valuable than another?
For a portrait,
Well, if we're going by Pokemon standards, let's check on eBay right now.
for the portrait ghost, yeah, you can examine their heart, and they'll usually give you a pin.
Essentially, there's no way a diamond costs $25.
The pearls there, you get small, medium, and large pearls for sucking in the portrait ghost. The large ones worth 1 million, the medium ones are worth 100,000, and small ones are worth 50,000. And what side, if you get it, and basically it helps determine like which frame, because I'm getting a little ahead, but how well you do in the portrait ghost will affect how good their art is.
I just like making them all pissed off. Getting all bronze. Oh boy. Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
But what it works is that you get a small pearl for every 10 HP you suck in up to 50, which then becomes they start dropping medium pearls. And then if you manage to suck in 90 HP in one fell swoop, you get the big pearl, which is how you get the gold. If you get at least 1 medium pearl, you get the silver. If you get only small, you get the bronze.
I feel like I don't really want to go for like the big pearl stuff, only because it doesn't feel that reliable for me.
Yeah, well,
Because like it's definitely an early GameCube game and the first of its kind for a reason.
if
Did
you,
this game have any interesting sort of development history like Mario Sunshine?
oh yeah, if you there's what I said earlier, but if you wanna, Cutting Room Floor is definitely a great source to look up some of that stuff.
I know at some point they had planned where if you use the vacuum too much, it would straight up explode,
Yeah. But
which is not good for this.
yeah, if you play optimally, you can get 76 small pearls and medium pearls and 19 big pearls. And we are going to be
Okay,
actually
so
doing that. Because I know how to play video game.
That's what he says.
No. He's played all these Mario games a lot. I know that for sure.
Anyway, this is a baby Chauncey. We're
Oh
going to
my
shoot
gosh.
him.
I keep thinking about how like many times I watch other people play this game and they can't figure out. I'm just yelling, "The ball! The ball! Hit him with the ball!" I think for most of these you have to do something to like piss them off before the boss fight can start.
Sometimes, yeah.
Can they attack you before the fight starts?
Yeah, if you get too close to Chauncey there, I believe he can hit you.
Okay.
According to like his bio and one of the menus, he's supposedly born a ghost. Because
Because baby death is not fun.
It's made clear in some of the Portrait Ghost bios that a lot of these used to be actually living people at one point. I do remember said the Portrait Ghosts were added to add some ghosts that were different from the typical Mario ones, like Boo's.
Like, are these Portrait Ghosts evil or?
Evil or
I
jokes?
just assume they don't want to be in the painting, so I'd say yes.
Most of the jerk mannerisms come from like stuff like reading the books in some of the libraries or from examining their hearts.
Holy!
Yeah, with the Poltergust buff, you can definitely take out a lot of their HP. Now we have the easiest attack to avoid in everything ever.
So he'll never go to that corner.
It's a Mario game. That the way to jump is like, that's Mario.
Yeah,
it's also the first boss.
And it's pretty simple. You just gotta easily walk past the rocking horse and then fire when the balls bounce, you gotta fire the one back at him that stays on the field.
Sorry.
Forgetting the frames on the bosses, it's a little different. To get the gold, you have to stay above. You have to stay 90 HP or above. Silver, you have to stay above 60, below 90, and then if your HP is below 60, you get the bronze.
When it comes to ranking like that, I only look up the requirement for the best one, because the others, why bother learning the number?
Yeah, and the one gold I do not get in this playthrough comes from a boss. Because it's a boss that I usually have trouble with, and I learned a better strategy for it after I recorded this playthrough.
So I guess it's not a true 100% playthrough.
But luckily I
gained a full Luigi's Mansion experience.
But luckily I do show off the gold frame at the end, because I show the gallery off at the end.
Why does this song sound like the museum in Animal Crossing?
You see the machine that took EGAD 20 years to build, the ghost portrification-izer thingy. Turn ghosts into paintings.
This machine looks violent, but they're ghosts, so it's okay.
Yeah. They tried to kill me.
Gage, you wouldn't shove a real man in there, would you?
If he tried to kill me, maybe.
I love how they wobble.
That would be a unique punishment. Unique punishment. You murdered someone, well, you get to be a painting now. See how you like it?
Yeah, cow udders.
Yeah, I've gotten all the gold frames already.
Oh, he gives a thumbs up. That's nice. I'll give sometimes it can be hard to make out what they're doing, especially when playing on a CRT.
One thing I forgot to mention is the book Neville was reading. If you look at it very closely, it says Mario's Story, the Japanese title of the first Paper Mario.
So it was always a storybook. I knew it.
Got 3 ghosts.
I love that EGAD straight up says at the end that I don't need this money. You can just go ahead and take that.
And we'll begin the second area in the next part.
What?
Alright.
Oh,
See you,
getting
everybody.
started
Take
again.
care.
Feels nice.